I'm Andy Melosantos from grade 9 St. Soa, and I'm here to talk about one of the many fields of biotechnology, which is marine aquaculture. This video also contains a successful story from it and my insights regarding it. Just like what I've said earlier, marine aquaculture is one of the fields of biotechnology. It is known as the process of using, breeding, and harvesting different plants and animals for commercial use. It mainly uses those plants and animals present in the different bodies of water located in this planet. The next video you will see is a successful story of aquaculture which took place in Regal Springs in Honduras.
¿Por qué acuicultura?
Why aquaculture? Because we know that every day there are fewer fish in the ocean. This is a resource that is practically disappearing in many parts of the world. Every day we have more people living on this planet. How are we going to acquire all this protein to feed the world if every day the planet's resources are diminishing? Aquaculture has come to be an environmentally friendly protein solution. Other protein production processes have a larger impact on our ecosystems and our environment. When properly managed and administered, aquaculture is an activity that guarantees sustainability.
Aquafinca pertenece a Regal Springs.
Aquafinca is owned by Regal Springs, a global pioneer in industrial tilapia cultivation. In Honduras, we have operations in Lake Yohoa and at El Cajon Reservoir, home to the biggest power generation project in the country. We're very proud that Regal Springs was the first company in the world to become certified under the Aquaculture Stewardship Council's global sustainability standards. The ASC certification assures sustainable tilapia production and ensures the quality and sustainability of the fillets that we place in markets throughout North America and Europe.
Dentro de su filosofía, su estrategia.
Regal Springs' philosophy, its business strategy, requires sustainability at the core of all operations, assuring the well-being of its associates, the well-being of all the communities in which it utilizes, and the sustainability of the ecosystems in which it operates.
Uno de los componentes más importantes dentro de la
One of the most important elements of the ASC certification is the feed, the composition of the feed. Within our certification, we make sure our feed suppliers also implement sustainability policies in order to guarantee that our feed is sustainable as defined by the ASC. 90% of the raw materials in the feed our tilapia eat are vegetable-based, with the main ingredient being soybean meal, American soy. Besides using American soybeans, we also receive other benefits from the U.S. soy industry, such as technical consulting, seminars, and training courses for our associates. This helps our activities immensely. We've recently made the critical decision to invest in our own feed plant. Making the feed ourselves enables us to fully guarantee the quality of the feed, as well as the source of the raw materials used in manufacturing the feed. So now that we will be producing our own feed, we will have completed 100% of our production cycle. We're completely integrated from the brood stock all the way to the delivery of the fillet in the markets, now also including the feed manufacturing.
Es que tenemos bajo nuestro control.
We make sure that the fish's life cycle is controlled. We have our hatchery where fry are produced. Once they are of proper size, we transfer them to places where they grow out to market size. It takes around 6 months of life cycle in the lake pens to have a fish big enough to harvest. Another aspect that's important to our sustainability is that the entire body of the tilapia is used. Once processed, after the fillet is produced, the remains are processed in our fish meal and fish oil factories. We produce fish meal and fish oil that are then used as raw materials, mainly for feeding shrimp and chicken. We don't use this in our own feed. We also use the scales that we export for collagen production. We use 100% of the tilapia's body. No waste is affecting the environment. Also, part of the oil we produce is converted into biodiesel, which we use in our production machinery, such as the boilers and electric generators on the farms. It's just one more important use from an environmental perspective.
Regal Springs Honduras genera hoy
Regal Springs
1,600
Honduras
empleos.
currently generates 1,600 direct jobs and over 6,000 indirect jobs. One of the most important aspects of our activity is that it's carried out in rural areas. It generates employment where otherwise there are very few employment sources. It keeps families in their own environment. Our operations generate employment for single mothers who wouldn't otherwise have ways to support and provide for their families. We provide child care for our associates, medical clinics for urgent health care, and savings and loans cooperatives for all. We also provide food subsidies, and we transport our workers to and from work for free. We have significant educational projects in our communities. We support them with educational materials, and we assist them with the construction of schools. We want a more just society, a society whose well-being relies upon educating their children.
Necesitamos darle educación a los niños.
At Aquafinca, we've generated very important community projects that couldn't otherwise be funded by the government due to lack of resources in these remote communities. One of our important socially and environmentally responsible projects is the Forest Education Program.
Aquafinca le da a las comunidades a través de la...
Here at Aquafinca, we maintain an alliance with the local communities under a program called Fish for Forest. Aquafinca gives the schools in their communities school materials, books, backpacks. And the parents, families, children, and teachers in those schools commit to caring for at least 1 hectare of forest in exchange for what we give them. This Fish for Forest program also brings the communities into the commitment to reforestation, tree planting, as well as maintenance of the forests.
Aquafinca es una empresa que ha venido a levantar grandemente estas comunidades, ¿verdad? Con su trabajo, con proyectos sociales y muchas cosas que han superado a esta comunidad, más que todo trabajo, ¿verdad? Que eso ha ayudado mucho a nuestras comunidades.
Nuestra operación en el lago Yohoa.
Our operation locations in Lake Yohoa and in El Cajon Reservoir are highly strategic for the company. With the proximity to the North American market and the excellent quality of the water in Lake Yohoa and in El Cajon Reservoir make for very favorable high-quality tilapia production. Of course, you can see the beautiful atmosphere and fantastic scenery here as well. This is Regal Springs' #1 commitment: to maintain these beautiful and productive ecosystems for the benefit of the communities where we find ourselves operating. Aquaculture is all about water resources, so we focus on having optimal water quality to sustain our operations and maintain a stable ecosystem. Thus, the quality of the feed is essential and has to be fully benefiting the fish. It's critical that the nutrients generated by our actions are incorporated back into the ecosystem in a balanced way. Our multidimensional operations in Lake Yohoa and in El Cajon Reservoir are contained within the sustainability of the local ecosystems. We feed the world in a sustainable way, in harmony with the environment, while at the same time supporting the development of our people.
The video you just watched, I must say, is indeed a successful case of biotech in marine and aquaculture. It is a nice way of using biotechnology not only to provide food, but also to provide help to different people. It is also good that every part of the tilapia is put into use just like what we've seen in the video. None of this would have been made possible without the help of biotech. We all know that every day our population increases. And because of that, providing everyone's needs is starting to get difficult. But through the help of biotech in marine and aquaculture, it becomes a lot easier. So therefore, I can say that biotech is a very important part in our lives. Without it, it would be hard for us to progress because we wouldn't be able to do a lot of things. Or even if we can do it, it would take a lot of time. Also, the application of biotech in marine and aquaculture is very important because of the following benefits. The production of seafood that tastes good and is consistent in quality, the ability to produce more seafood in less space, and the reduction in the number of wild fish and shellfish killed was made possible. So, we should learn to be thankful for the kind of technology we have now, and we should also learn to value it.